finally here for the finals of the Muscle Car Rally Tournament. I am your host, CP, and joining me tonight from the Skyway is Theodore. Thanks so much for being with us here tonight, Theodore. It has been a pleasure and a blast working with the Skyway in collaboration with EPVIDEOS.
Likewise, EP, we're all fans of your channel. It was a privilege to team up for this one.
And as we take a look at these four drivers, they really need no introduction whatsoever because we have watched their journey lap after lap, fighting their way all the way here to the finals, and each one of these drivers have earned their spot. Now we're going to watch 4 laps right here at Pikes Peak, and don't go away, continue this watch session because we're going to hop a train and head over to the Skyway and finish up this Muscle Car Rally Tournament tonight. Beginning lap 1 out of 8, currently we have James Ironbeard sitting in that pole position in that orange GT 500.
And they're off a nice tight group into the first 90.
James Ironbeard inching ahead with Craigster Sr. on his tail down through the tunnel and into the first jump.
Fantastic jumps.
All 4 drivers hitting it nice and clean. I wouldn't expect anything less from these seasoned drivers.
Into the second jump, Ironbeard riding close on Craigster, single file now out of the turn.
And as they round the last 2 turns, this group is staying nice and tight. Craigster Sr. in the lead, James Ironbeard, Papa Pugsley, and Numbskull, and Craigster is on his roof.
Oh my
what
goodness.
happened on that last turn?
That's quite a statement, finishing first upside down.
Now, James Ironbeard, he had the pole position, which means he should have come out in first, but we did not see the pass in the live show. But here at the Skycam, we see Craigster Sr. making a very clean pass on James Ironbeard.
Going over the second jump, something beautiful happens. These evenly matched drivers stay close, bumper to bumper racing.
You know, Theodore, I love seeing the group stay nice and tight all the way to the finish. And take a look at the last turn here. Craigster Sr. just goes up too high, and James Ironbeard decides to dump him over on his lid. And it is incredible that none of the 3 drivers behind Craigster decided to make a pass.
I imagine they were as shocked as we were. Craigster taking the first win, starting in the back row, no less. Wow, you love to see it.
All right, beginning lap 2, sitting in that pole position in that lime green Mustang is Papa Pugsley. He drives for Manchild Motorsports.
And they're off. Ironbeard riding up on Pugsley into the first 90.
Papa Pugsley starts to separate himself from the group as he enters the tunnel. Take a look at Numbskull making the pass on James Ironbeard. A lot of action in lap 2. James gets sideways, slowing down, and it appears he has slowed down Craigster Sr.
Meanwhile, Papa Pugsley playing the hits, dominating out in front, and Numbskull applying pressure.
Numbskull's hot on the tail of Papa Pugsley, unable to pass. Papa takes first, Numbskull second, and we are missing 2 drivers.
Double DNF from Craigster and Ironbeard. That was unexpected. Ironbeard lands at an angle, scraping the wall, and watch Craigster skid out right after the landing.
Now, as of right now, all we know is James Ironbeard gets sideways, slows down Craigster Sr.
That's one way to win, stopping the fastest ones from reaching the finish.
I'm pretty sure James Ironbeard stalls out on jump number 2 because where else could they have DNF'd?
Yep. Now, with the finals being 8 laps over 2 tracks, there is room for races like this, but not earning points in the finals is flirting with disaster.
Numbskull was relentless, tailing Papa Pugsley all the way down to the finish, and we have a track time of 17.06. As we move into lap 3, sitting in that pole position is our veteran driver, Numbskull, driving for Numbskull Racing in that Viper.
It's such a beautiful build, one of my favorites of the tournament.
And here comes Numbskull breaking away from the group, increasing his lead down through the tunnel and into that first jump.
Everyone lands, but now way behind the leader.
And Numbskull is gone. He is flying. We have a hard time even keeping up with those cameras.
No one else in sight. This is the Numbskull we know and love.
I think Numbskull just set the precedent of what a lap should look like as Papa Pugsley, Craigster Sr., and James Ironbeard do their best to keep up.
Numbskull, Pugsley, Craigster, and Ironbeard in that order. At least everyone made it down this time, but no one stood a chance against Numbskull.
Now, as our 4 cars prepare for the last and final lap here at Pikes Peak, let's take a look at those scores. Papa Pugsley in the lead with 10, followed closely by Numbskull with 9, and then we got Craigster Sr. with 7, and in last place, we have James Ironbeard with 4. Now, James Ironbeard is really going to need to get it together in this last 4th lap here at Pikes Peak if he wants to have a good start when he heads over to the Skyway.
You're so right. You really want to set yourself up for success before heading into the next half. Ironbeard out in front with Craigster. The perfect opportunity to make up some lost points and get back in this game. And they're off.
James Ironbeard trying to push ahead. He starts to fall behind, losing his lead to Craigster Sr. and Numbskull. They both take that first jump nice and clean. James Ironbeard getting sideways, losing speed. This lap 4 is not looking good for James.
Craigster and Numbskull, the two fastest, have taken the lead and they are not letting go.
Craigster Sr. fighting for that first place. Numbskull right behind him. Here comes James Ironbeard. And last place, Papa Pugsley.
That was not the race Ironbeard wanted, still in last place at the half.
Now this lap 4 tells me a lot about these drivers and where their heads are at. Take a look at Craigster Sr. and Numbskull. They are locked in, they are focused, they buckle down, and they are ready for 4 more laps over at the Skyway.
It's true, and Papa Pugsley represents stability while Ironbeard has taken the wildcard approach. He crashes, but sometimes he performs miracles.
I sure would have loved to seen a lot more for Papa Pugsley in this lap 4. Take a look at those scores. Numbskull and Craigster Sr. tied for first with 12 points. Papa Pugsley right behind him with 11. And James Ironbeard, man oh man, 6 points. You're going to really need to pick it up if you want to stay in this tournament. Now don't go away. We are continuing right now over at the Skyway for the last 4 laps in the Muscle Car Rally Tournament.
Until next time, which is right now. See you over at the Skyway.